Good morning, students. We are going to see Science Chapter 5 Inside the Atom. In my previous video, I have explained you what is an atom and Dalton's theory of an atom. In today's video, we are going to see Thomson's model of an atom. So, in this module, you will learn about Thomson's model of an atom. After the discovery of protons and electrons in the atom, the next challenge in front of the scientists was to know about their arrangement inside the atom. Sir J.J. Thomson was the first scientist to provide the structure of atom from inside. Thomson proposed that an atom consists of positively charged sphere that is made up of proton. All electrons of the atoms are embedded in this sphere. Moreover, according to him, the negatively and positively charged particles, or in other words, the number of electrons and protons, were equal. This model was also known as the watermelon or plum pudding model because of its similarity with these two. The seeds of the watermelon can be equated to electrons or the negatively charged particles, and the red mass can be equated to the protons or the positively charged sphere. Similarly, in the plum pudding, the raisins can be considered as the electrons and the remaining portion can be considered as the positively charged sphere. So, let's recap. Sir J.J. Thomson was the first scientist to provide the model of an atom. His model was similar to a watermelon or a plum pudding. According to his model, an atom consists of a positively charged sphere made up of protons and electrons are embedded in it. He also proposed that an atom consisted of equal number of electrons and protons. His model did not justify the results of some experiments later. Students, now we will understand about the next scientist after Thomson, that is Ernest Rutherford's theory. Ernest Rutherford was a brilliant scientist. He performed number of experiments to study the structure of atom. From one such experiment, he was able to give a very important conclusion. He presented the seminar on his work. Let's see what he presented. He was aware of the structure of atom given by Sir J.J. Thomson, according to which the atom was a positive sphere and the electrons were embedded in this positive sphere. Rutherford performed an experiment in which he took alpha particles. The alpha particles are positively charged particles. He projected these particles on the atom. He expected something like this to happen. If Thomson's model was correct, then the atom is a positive solid sphere. So, all the positive particles, that is all the alpha particles, should have been deflected. When they strike the atom, all the particles have been deflected. But when he performed the experiment he performed known as alpha particle scattering experiment. He used this device. This device ejects the alpha particle. He made the alpha particles ejected from this device to pass on a gold foil. So he saw the most of the alpha particles pass through and some of them were deflected. So Rutherford has used gold foil for his experiment. This is because he wanted a very thin layer to perform the experiment and gold can be made into very thin layer, very thin sheet, and this is the reason that he took gold foil for the experiment. So when he performed the experiment, he was expecting that all the alpha particles would get deflected or bounce back. Since Thomson has said that the atom is a solid positive sphere, if it is a solid sphere, therefore, he expects that all the alpha particles would be deflected. But when he performed the experiment, he observed that most of the alpha particles went straight through the foil, and therefore he concluded that the atom contains large empty space. So according to his observation, he was able to conclude that the atom contains a large empty space. Since most of these alpha particle went straight through the foil without any deflection, this means that most of the space in the atoms are empty. Also, he was expecting that the alpha particles would be deflected or bounce back, but he observed that some particles were deflected from their path. So there were very few alpha particles who showed this behavior. So he was able to conclude that the nucleus he called the positively charged center as the nucleus. It's positively charged center because all the protons are concentrated on this nucleus. The size of this nucleus is very small, and it is in the nucleus that all the mass of an atom resides. Since most of the alpha particles went straight to the foil, this means that all the mass of an atom is concentrated in a very small area in the atom, and they call that very small area as the nucleus, in which all the mass and the positive charge of the atom resides, and the size of the nucleus is very small. Since only some alpha particles were deflected, also he was able to conclude that the electrons revolve in the empty space. So, we know that the electrons have negligible mass as compared to the mass of the protons. That is why the electrons do not deflect the alpha particles that were projected on the atoms, and so they revolve in the empty space around the nucleus. This is how he proposed the structure of an atom. Since most of the alpha particle went straight through, so most of the space in an atom is empty. Some particles were deflected and very few bounced back. This means the entire mass of an atom is concentrated in the center of the atom, which he called nucleus. The entire mass and positively charged, that is all the protons of the atom, were considered in this central part of the atom. Since the electrons have negligible mass as compared to the protons, so the electrons do not deflect these particles, these alpha particles, and they revolve around the nucleus of the atom in the empty space around the nucleus. So, this is how he proposed the structure of an atom. So, this was the gold foil that he has taken. See what is happening inside the gold foil at the atomic level. So, you will observe that most of the alpha particles pass straight through, and only some of the particles are deflected when they strike the nucleus. So, on the basis of Rutherford model of an atom, which subatomic particle is present in the nucleus of an atom? So, According to Rutherford, the atom contains a large empty space. The entire mass and the positive charge of the atom is concentrated in the central part, which is known as nucleus. Since the entire positive charge is concentrated in the nucleus, this means that the subatomic particle present in the nucleus is protons. Protons are positively charged. So, all the protons are concentrated in the central part known as the nucleus of the atom. So, let's see again how Rutherford was able to come to the structure of the atom as he proposed. So, he observed by Rutherford's scattering experiment, he observed that most alpha particles went straight through, and by this observation he concluded that the atom contains large empty space. Some particles were deflected, very few bounced back. Based on this observation, he concluded that the nucleus, which is in the center of the atom, all atom resides in the nucleus. Since only few particles deflected and very few bounced back, this means that all the mass of the atom is concentrated in this small part of the atom, which is known as nucleus, and size of the nucleus is very small. Since most of the particles pass through a straight path, this means that nucleus of an atom is very small as compared to the atom. Also, the electrons revolve in this empty space. Since mass of the electrons is very less as compared to the mass of the protons, they do not cause any deflection in the path of alpha particles. These electrons revolve in the empty space of the nucleus. So, next observation is atom is electrically neutral. Since the atom is electrically neutral, so the total number of protons in the atom is equal to the total number of electrons in the atoms. Protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged. So, to maintain the electrical neutrality of the atom, the number of protons is equal to number of electrons. Based on this observation, Rutherford gave his model known as Rutherford's model of atom, in which most of the space in the atom is empty. The entire mass and positive charge of the atom is concentrated in the central part of the atom, which we call nucleus, and the electrons revolve around the nucleus in this empty space. Since the atom is electrically neutral, so the number of proton in the atom is equal to number of electrons in the atom. So this is the Rutherford's model of an atom.